Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me again. I'm back from my little hiatus. The cat is still sleeping on the bed. That hasn't changed. Actually, not much has changed. Just time went forward a bit, and I've just gone out and done some stuff musically that I might document if I get the chance to. Some stuff that's coming up this month, and then some stuff that's just kind of happening around. But it's a new year. And with that, I get to make this little video. I did one pretty much exactly like this last year, and I thought it was an interesting thing for me to do to kind of document myself, I guess, and keep myself in check with what I want to do with the this channel and what this channel does and where it goes and stuff like that. But I also want to keep you involved in it as well, because what benefits me should benefit everybody. I'm very much of the mindset that you guys are as much an equal and large part of this channel as I am. So with that being said, I've written down a couple of just goals that I want to see myself. I've also put my own personal goals here, so I guess we'll go over those, because that's fun. Yeah, no, it's just a couple of things. It's going to be a small video, a light one. So, go ahead and put me on the background of whatever the fuck you're doing. There's not going to be any crazy visuals. This one's going to be pretty cut and dry. Overall channel goals of 2024 that I want to see. We've made it past the 100 subscriber mark, which is kind of awesome. Actually, as of right now, we're over 200. So we've literally doubled the amount of what I thought we would actually do. For this channel to be monetized, we need to get it to 1,000. So the channel for 2024 is get it to 1,000. Wow, who could have guessed? It's not just for monetization, though. It's just, to keep up the motivation for myself personally, because more people that watch it, the more people that enjoy this content, the more that I want to do it. Because really, at the end of the day, I am, I guess, a comic of sorts. I thrive off of audience feedback. I thrive with the audience, as a performer. And if I'm not performing for anybody, it kind of kills the motivation for me to do it. Which is what happened with me game streaming a lot of the times. I want to make videos regularly. I would like it if I could do it weekly, maybe. At the worst case, two times a month, like once every 14 days. That doesn't seem too bad. There is no way in my current state of just starting a job again, trying to get a second job to cover the hole that the first job is leaving, because the first job takes some time to pretty much get me into a groove of things. On top of, wanting to gig, which is one of my goals, but that's a personal one. We'll get there. On top of all these things, there's just no way for me to do daily videos or even twice a week videos. I'm thinking weekly feels very fair. I think it feels very doable. However, I am not opposed to making that a bi-weekly video release for the sake of my own mental sanity. All right, I guess my phone can push notifications through while I'm filming. That's... Really? Yeah, no, it actually just pushed a text through while I was filming. Incredible. It was from my best friend. So, hi, Caleb. How you doing? That was funny. Anyway, yeah, so making videos regularly, 1,000 subscribers. That's what I want to see with this channel for the new year. That's really the only goals that I want to hit on the head. Last year's goal was pretty much make one video a month, which I slam dunked. I think I made 30 videos this year. So I feel like doing videos and releasing them on a bi-weekly basis, at the least, it should be very doable. Number 2, some personal stuff. I want to learn to sight read. As a matter of fact, I have a music stand now. I've been working on it. I've actually been working on it. I am, what is this book? It's like a Chuck Rainey book. I guess the most editing I'll do is I'll put an image somewhere around here of what this book is. It's a good one. I actually am going to use some of the, ergonomic holding of the bass thing and some teaching stuff that I do now that I teach for my job. So, I think it's a good book. I think you should pick one up if you have a way to do it or income to do so. That would be cool. I would like to do a rock climbing gym as a personal goal. I have a buddy who goes, and I was like, dude, you should take me with you one of these times. And it's just never happened. So I'm going to probably start pushing pretty hard for that. And just get into, shape. Not really be a workout junkie or be somebody whose like entire personality is working out. But you know, have but just be healthy. You know, just be healthier. I'd like to get, you know, gluten less in the process too. That'd be awesome. Oh, by the way, gluten is like a word that I use for when I get poisoned by gluten because I have a pretty sick, nasty gluten allergy. That might be like some small form of celiac, but who knows? So, you know, that's cool. Start gigging. That's it. I just want to gig, you know, generally, more often with bands and stuff. So far I have a gig on the 31st of January, which I will hopefully find a way to document somehow and talk about on the channel. I think it would be an interesting point of contention. I think it would just be an interesting like thing to have on the channel. Number 4 is to get better at bowing on the upright and really just get better at the upright in general. I'd like to have my own upright someday. I don't think that's going to happen this year, but I would like to have one. But the big thing is, you know, just getting better at bowing so that way I'm more versatile and can do the orchestra stuff if I ever need to do it. Just be comfortable at it. I don't want to be some crazy virtuoso doing Dragonetti fucking concertos for the upright. I'm perfectly fine with just being a jazz knucklehead who can bow comfortably and get my hands around it. So, you know, that's another personal goal. And the last of my personal goals. These last ones, I'm going to leave pretty much to you guys to see what you want. So if you weren't paying attention before, and I'm a background instrument, you know, like pay attention right now. This is where the podcast ends and the real shit begins, because these ideas kind of affect how I live, and you know, how I run this channel and how I want things to be done. And the first one I wanted to talk about was, ideally, in a perfect world, I actually would very much like it if this channel pretty much forgoed most sponsorships, especially for product sponsorships, in replacement of being able to fund everything through you guys. So, or I guess through you guys sounds very thing. I want the channel to essentially support the content and support itself. Does that make sense? I want to open up a Patreon. I'm kind of stealing the book of James Hoffman here. For those of you who don't know, James Hoffman is a coffee YouTube guy, pretty big channel, pretty, you know, I guess I can shout him out. He uses his Patreon money to fund the videos for the channel, to fund like the reviews and stuff like that. And I think it would actually be very fascinating to have the same thing happen here, because that is the most surefire way to give them, you know, the least biased review possible. Because I was given the Glary for free from a viewer, so I didn't really have the company looking down on me and kind of anticipating me to make a good review about it. So I fucking grilled it for what it's worth. As a matter of fact, I just did the fret ends on that, because you know what, man? I went back on it and I read all the comments on the Glary video, and people were like, man, you're being too harsh on it. I think this thing's awesome. And I went back and you know what, man? I did the fret ends on it. I kind of fucked them up. But, you know, I made the fret ends smooth enough to be, like, playable. You know, it's a cheap instrument. I don't really care that much about the, like, highest quality of it. And it still fucking sucked. I am sticking to my guns when it comes to that thing. That thing is a piece of shit. And I will forever state that. Fuck you, Glary. Anyway, another thing that I'd like to see on the channel, and, you know, again, you guys are allowed to veto this or something, is covers. Just more covers of songs. Like, do you just want to see it happen? Would that be interesting? Would that be cool? Actually, it kind of ties into the Patreon a little bit, is I would like to actually do covers, and the Patreon content is like a full breakdown of how I did that. So a full breakdown of the covers that I play on the channel. I think that would be really fun, because I love explaining the theory and the bullshit behind, you know, the oral skills and the actual application of what I do through school in the music that I play. So I think that would be, you know, very fun, very interesting. Yeah, you know, the covers can tie into the Patreon if the Patreon thing works out. And that way, you know, my opinions aren't held behind a paywall. Or, you know, my, like, true views aren't held behind a paywall. It's really just, if you want to learn more and learn how I think when it comes to this kind of thing, you can, and you could support the channel in the process. If not, that's okay. Again, All right, enough about the Patreon. I want to do streaming, like my own live streaming. It could be like video games. Ideally, I would want it to be video games, or maybe just in general. We just hang out for a couple hours and do essentially bass hang solo. I wouldn't break away from bass hang. This, by all means, wouldn't replace bass hang in any capacity. I just think it would be something fun to do. I actually have a Twitch channel where I played games before, and that was really my second try at trying to make content that I enjoy. I thought live streaming would be the way to do it. I didn't really enjoy it that much because I didn't really have an audience, but now I kind of do. So I would, I'd love to wonder what you guys think about that. And then last but not least is just make educational based content. This is something I brought up on the channel before, and something I will bring up on the channel again. I want to make bass content that is still at the soul center of, like, comedy of what I think the soul center of this channel is just very, like, comedic information is what I've been calling it as of recent to myself, where the information is all correct, the information is all accurate, but it's done in such a way that is very, like, comically enjoyable. And I want to continue that trend, but in a more educational route. I think that I could do, maybe some, like, paid courses. I've seen a lot of YouTube channels be doing that, but I do fundamentally believe that at the very least there is a level of understanding and a level of, like, equipment understanding that I want to be completely free on YouTube. So really what I'm calling it, the underground name for it right now, I haven't started script writing. I've kind of just started mentally drafting more than anything. Is just called, like, Ground Zero, just the absolute fundamentals of the bass guitar and what needs to be, understood about it, what needs to be done about it in order to get you off the ground and playing both comfortable ergonomically and comfortable sonically and all of these things. Being able to hear yourself, being able to buy a decent amp, being able to, like, all this kind of information I feel like should be free on YouTube. It is definitely free on YouTube. It's definitely around on other channels. I just want to be another avenue on it, putting a bit more of my own comedic spin on things to really make it also entertainment. So yeah, with that is all of the channel updates that I have for you. How long has this bitch been going on? Good 13 minutes. I reckon that there will be this will probably be about a 10-minute video, I hope. Yeah, so that's it. Be sure to like and subscribe, all that crazy normie YouTuber bullshit. And I hope to see you all sometime down the road. Bye-bye.